In today's video, I'm going to be showing you how to install Windows 11 on any MacBook that has an Intel processor. In order to do this, you're going to need a couple things. Firstly, you're going to need a mouse to hook up to the USB port because this is important because right-click doesn't work on the Apple trackpad in Windows unless you do a boot camp update. Second thing you're going to need is a Windows 11 ISO. I already have it downloaded, but that's all you're really going to need, and I'll show you why. Step 1, go into Launchpad and go into Other, and then look for Boot Camp. It should be right there. When Boot Camp opens, go ahead and click Continue. It'll load for a sec. And then what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to divide the partition however you want. For me, I'm going to do an even split right down the middle. Now it says choose a Windows 10 ISO file, but for the purposes of this video, I'm going to choose the Windows 11 ISO right there. Now, once you have it selected, go ahead and click Install. Now, what this Boot Camp does, what the newer versions of Boot Camp do is with the ISO, they basically flash it to the partition along with all the Boot Camp drivers, and this will be important in a sec. But there's a bunch of steps you have to do after you boot up Windows 11 for the first time. And I'll be right back after it's done installing. So it's been about 10 minutes and the Mac is going to restart now. There we go. It's booting into Windows 11 install now. Once you load it into the Windows 11 install, as you can see, if I go over here and I continue like a normal install, it'll say that this PC cannot run Windows 11. So this is good. You should be able to see this, but I'll show you what to do now. You're going to want to click Shift and F10. Now, once you've clicked Shift and F10, you're going to want to type regedit. And once that's loaded, you're going to want to go to H key local machine, System, and then Setup. Now, with your mouse, go ahead and right-click on Setup and click New, and then Key. And then you're going to want to name this key lab config exactly how I spelt it. Exactly how I spelt it right here. You're going to want to spell it like that and click Enter. Now, once you're over here, you're going to want to right-click New, and then DWORD 32-bit value. And you're going to want to make sure you copy all 4 of the ones that I'm going to be writing in the registry editor. So I'll come back when I'm all done. All right, so once you've done all that, you're going to want to go ahead and click on each and every one of them and change the value data from 0 to 1. Now, if you see over here, the value is 1, then that means you did good. Go ahead and close out. Make sure everything's up like this, and then go ahead and click X, and then go back and click Next. And as you can see, the licensing agreement should pop up. Go ahead and click I accept, and then Next. So once you're on where to install Windows, go ahead and click the Boot Camp partition, and then click Next. And it should start installing. I'll be back when I'm on the setup screen for Windows 11. All right, you guys, so I'm on the setup screen now. So what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to click Yes, and then it should load up in a sec. Yes again, skip. And as you can see, when we get to the Wi-Fi screen, we can't continue, unfortunately, because the boot camp drivers for the Wi-Fi haven't been installed yet, but there is a very clever way around this that I discovered. So to open the command prompt, once again, you're going to want to do Shift F10. Now, as you can see, we're on the command prompt. You're going to want to type this command that I'm about to type in right now. Go ahead and pause the video and type it in yourself if you want, or write it down. This is very important. You'll see why in a sec. Now, go ahead and click Enter. Now, as you can see, the computer or the Mac will restart, and once you get back to the setup screen, I'll show you what to do next. Now, once you're back on the setup, go ahead and click Yes and go through that same process you just did again to get to the Wi-Fi screen. Now, as you can see, when we get back to the Wi-Fi screen, there's a different menu. It says, I don't have internet. Now, this is very important because Windows 11 unfortunately locks you to use your internet connection. but with the command I just typed in, it enables that menu selection option, so you can bypass the internet, and so that you can create a local account. So go ahead and click I don't have internet, and continue with limited setup. Now it'll let you make a local account and not have you sign in with your Microsoft account. So it's a very clever name I have. And you don't need a password. If you really don't want to make a password, you don't need one. Now, go ahead and uncheck all of this. That's just personal preference, just so that Microsoft can't track you on anything. Accept. Now it should load the Windows 11 hi, hello screen or whatever. And when you get to the menu, I'll let you know what to do next. Now, as you can see, we are on the Windows 11 home menu. And immediately as soon as you get to the home page, it'll ask you to install the boot camp drivers. Go ahead and accept all the terms it asks you and let it run through. It should take maybe like 10 minutes at most. And when it's done, I'll get back to you. Now, as you can see, the boot camp drivers are installed. Click finish, and then it'll ask you to restart. Go ahead and restart. Now, once you're back on the home menu, I was able to connect to Wi-Fi successfully after the update. So now, as you can see, I was able to connect to Wi-Fi, but you're not done yet. So go ahead and click Apple, click the search, and then type Apple support or Apple software update, as you can see right there. Go ahead and click that and let it load. It'll check for new software. Now, once it's loaded, you're going to want to make sure you update all of these. So I'm going to click install 3 items and yes. It should take around 5 minutes to do that, and I'll let you know when it's done. Now, once it's done, it says it wants you to restart. So go ahead and click restart. And once it's done restarting, I'll get back to you. Now, once it's done booting up, go ahead and go down and click on this and wait for everything to load. And that little diamond that says boot camp, go ahead and click that, and then boot camp control menu. Click yes, and go over to trackpad and enable all of this. Secondary click and click apply and OK. So what this does, it basically allows the trackpad to right click like this, as you can see, right clicking, and this eliminates the need for the mouse. And as you can see from the same menu, you can also click restart in Mac OS and it will reboot into Mac OS. And that's basically it. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to leave a like and a comment and a follow. And I'll be sure to make more tutorial videos like this in the future.